went live in January of 2009. At that moment, we were officially on the air serving Northwest Indiana. Probably a matter of days or weeks before we were really prepared to do it, and we hit the ground running. By Monday, we were doing the morning show, Lakeshore This Morning. We were doing Lakeshore Drive, the afternoon show, and it was all hands on deck. A lot of fun.
I actually started out as a volunteer / intern right after the station launched in 2009, the radio station. It was interesting to be at the station just after the very beginning, seeing how it kind of developed, and then being welcomed back here a couple years ago and seeing how things had kind of settled into a routine, into a format that has really proven to be valuable to the community.
I initially started as an intern here, working with Chris Nolte on his show, Regionally Speaking. I enjoyed what I was doing, took on a part-time position, and they twisted my arm to stay and take on a full-time position. And I moved from an intern to a producer host.
I came from a statewide entity that had over 70 employees. And when I visited Lakeshore Public Media, I found a group of about 17 that were doing as much, if not more, production than a statewide organization. So that's something I wanted to be a part of. That sort of energy and devotion was really awesome. So we've got this really small newsroom that covers this area, but it's just south of this big megalopolis of Chicago. But we reach a different audience, Northwest Indiana.
So the purpose, I think, for public media, public radio, is to serve the communities. You can tune in at the top of every single hour and get breaking news and information from NPR. You can tune in at the top of the hour and the bottom of the hour during Morning Edition and All Things Considered with Chris Nolte and Michael Gallenberger and get statewide news, and you can get local news. You can get local traffic and weather updates and breaks. Not talking about the Stevenson and the Ike and the Kennedy, and we're talking about 65, we're talking about Route 6, we're talking about 30, 41, 49, roads that people here in Northwest Indiana are driving.
I am able to share the stories and voices of the community members that are oftentimes underrepresented. I share a range of stories, from everything from the opening of a coffee shop to speaking to some of the top political leaders in our state. And so I think it is important because we, especially here at Lakeshore Public Media, share not only the story, but we share the facts. We never tell our listener what to think. We give them the facts and then allow them to form their own judgment.
You need a well-rounded viewpoint to find out how everything links together. And you don't get that link together unless you listen to a local station that is able to do that.
There's a demand for news, a demand for knowing what's going on, and we have plenty of stuff to do that at the national level. The challenge is to make sure we're doing the same thing on the local level, connecting people to their communities, to their elected officials, and to the arts community and the music community, making sure people can really stay in touch with what's going on.
15 years is a long time for any business to be around. It's even harder for a public broadcasting entity to have been around that long. And we look forward to growing it, to being here for the next 15 years as a source and resource for Northwest Indiana.